I put out a video over the weekend about Bill Cosby. I put out a post. I did not expect the post, my Facebook post, to go viral. So many people have shared it and agreed and disagreed and all that kind of stuff. And somebody asked me the question, if I would still support Bill Cosby if I wasn't a beneficiary, a benefactor, whatever, beneficiary of his philanthropy. In other words, I got a Bill Cosby scholarship. And when I went to college, the pictures online, I'm not going to hide it, not ashamed of it. I'm actually glad for it. I didn't have to work for the first 2 years of college. When I left that school, I went to another university and I had to get a job. You don't perform as well when you're working and going to school. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is this: would I support Bill Cosby? One, I think we're living in a very intentionally obtuse world. I don't support Bill Cosby. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. I don't support Bill Cosby. I really could care less about him as a person, even though he did give me, school's expensive. I'll say almost $50,000 in scholarship money. Maybe about 35,000 somewhere. He gave me a lot of money, but I personally could care less if he goes to jail or not, because if he's even guilty of one of these rapes, he deserves to be in jail. Can I get an amen? If he's guilty, there is no defending him if he has actually done this. But where I disagree and part ways with the social justice warrior, God, I can't believe I just said that. With the SJW, oh God, I can't believe I said that. Ugh. Where I disagree and part ways with that crowd is when they start advocating for public sanction when they can't get court sanctions. When they want to use the public opinion to exact some type of justice, even when the court system has found someone innocent. Somebody asked me, and this one is actually, we're going to go over to 2 hours now because it's going to take me a minute to unpack this. You're going to disagree with me, it's fine, call in, but I'm going to unpack it fully, right? Somebody asked me, am I paying attention to the Baltimore Freddie Gray trial, the first officer? No, I won't. I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to watch it. All I want to know is what the result is. You know why? Because I know that once it's in the hands of a court, the wheels of our justice system are in motion and it's going to be what it's going to be. I cannot control the outcome. What we try to control and try to bring into action is actually having a police officer stand trial for murder. If he's found innocent, we have to live with it. Most of the time, we can't even get them to trial. So they ask me, why am I not paying attention? Because once it's in the hands of the court and the jury, it's going to be what it's going to be, right? The biggest problem is we can't even get people to trial. But what I'm not on board with ever is when we're not satisfied with the verdict, that we try to use public opinion to exact some other type of justice because we didn't like the verdict and we didn't like the outcome. That's why I don't get vested in trials. I don't get vested in trials because it's going to be some outcomes that I disagree with. And if I really believe in this justice system, which let's just get these people to trial sometimes, right? We can't even get police officers to trial, so it's hard for me to believe in the system. But if we're going to try to build this system and make it better, then we have to live with decisions that we don't like. How does that relate to Bill Cosby? He hasn't even gone to trial yet. And people are asking questions about why would a defense attorney take his case? I have to repeat that. Mark Lamont Hill on the Huffington Post It's good fodder for clicks. I don't really care about him going to jail or not. What I care about is our desire of the desire of a lot of people to not even this man, don't even want this man to get a defense attorney or to have a trial, or to say that people who do support him, which I'm not a supporter, but other people who do support them, you're some type of Nazi, you're some type of rape apologist. When we on the side of justice, we want justice for all the women that were, and I say allegedly raped because I was not in the room. We want justice for them though, right? If we on the side of justice go so far where we dismiss the very functions and machinations of justice, then we've gone too far. What's the point? Right? If we're just going to throw it out the window because we disagree with it. I even have people. There's so many other things I could unpack with this, but I think I've already bit off a lot. I bit off enough for people to unsubscribe. So it is what it is. If he's found guilty, we need to applaud. Justice has been served, right? That's what we say. When the jury has rendered its verdict, whether we agree with it or not, justice has been served. But we're actually pretending as though, not everyone, but there's a large vocal group of people who are acting as though this man doesn't even deserve a trial. And does not even the worst of the worst. If we get, case in point, 1770, I'm gonna give you a history lesson. 1770, 3 weeks after the Boston Massacre, John Adams and his partner, something Quincy, I remember his partner's last name, I can't remember his partner's first name. They took on the case of the 5 British soldiers who were a part of the Boston Massacre, leading to the death of several people, including Crispus Attucks. Everyone in the city attacked John Adams because he took this case. John Adams made the greatest example. Now, I don't care about all his other baggage. I don't care about everything he did wrong. I don't care about the 3/5 clause right now. I know there's a lot of white supremacy throughout all of American history. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about defending people even when you don't think they should be defended. John Adams took the case, and I believe the verdict was not guilty, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a shame. I know the nuances of the story, but I forgot the verdict. But the point is this. The point is very simple. Even if he was caught on video doing these things and he wanted to go to trial and not take a plea deal, should he not have the opportunity to go and have his day in court? And what are you going to do if they find him not guilty? That's why I don't get vested in trials. I can't, because sometimes it's going to come out the way we don't want it to come out. And if we believe in this American system, you have to support those. Here's the difference. Well, what about Darren Wilson? Darren Wilson never went to trial. What about the officer? What's the man's name? I should know this guy's name, in Cleveland. What about the 2 officers who killed Tamir Rice? They didn't even go to trial. There's so many cases where people don't even go to trial. We now have charges against Bill Cosby. Let the chains of the wheels of justice do what it's going to do. But to sit back and say, why would you take this case, as to convict the defense attorney for defending someone who may very well be indefensible. So that's where I get off the social justice. I can't, I don't need public opinion to punish somebody. I need public opinion to change our system for the better. And if we're so caught up with using public opinion to punish people, then we're missing the entire point and the real power behind public. I don't need it to get one person. I need it to change this entire system.